deals with the leadership, that is its style and function. First, about leadership. It is the art of motivating a group of people to act towards achieving a common goal. Every organization exists to achieve a common goal. To achieve common goal, it requires a group of people to act. So, the ability of leader, the ability of a manager to motivate a group of people so that it leads to achievement of organizational goals. That is called a leadership. Coming to the difference between leadership and management. Management is the process of planning, organizing, coordinating, directing, and controlling the activities of others. Or post-decor is management. Leadership is the process of influencing other people for the purpose of achieving the goals. There are some difference between managers and leaders. Managers administer, leaders innovate. Managers maintain, leaders develop. Then managers control and leaders inspire. Managers have short view, leaders have long range view. Managers ask how and when, leaders ask what and why. Managers initiate, leaders originate. Managers accept the status quo, that is same condition. Leaders challenge the status quo, or they may try to change the condition that is existing now. Managers demand the condition that is existing now. Leaders challenge the condition that is existing now. Managers do things right. Leaders do right things. About the importance of leadership. It is required for securing cooperation among employees. It is important for use of power. It helps to maintain coordination and command. It maintains discipline and also to develop group morale. About qualities of leadership. The key qualities are clear vision, quick sense and respond to the problem, innovative ideas, and positive self-image. The qualities of a leader. Coming to formal and informal leadership, two common form. Formal leadership is based on authority. That is, an employee who is assigned a managerial position has the opportunity and responsibility to exercise formal leadership. Managers have the ability to exert formal leadership. Informal leadership arises when a person without formal authority is influential. Coming to leadership style, it is important on the core of this video. Leadership can be classified into, or leadership styles can be classified into, based on authority, based on task or people emphasize, according to Likers concept, entrepreneurship leadership, and based on assumption about people. Basic type of leadership is authority retained. According to this one, it can be authoritarian, democratic, and free reign. Democratic again include consultative and persuasive. About the first basic type, that is autocratic leadership style. It is a leadership style where the leader makes all decisions independently or without consulting with the subordinate. The leader or the manager will not consult with the workers or subordinate. He himself make all the decision. The subordinate has to follow whatever told by the leader or manager. Advantages. It provides strong motivation and reward for the leader. Quick decision making is possible. Subordinate has to carry out the orders of the leader. Decision making, planning and organizing need initiative. Good in certain circumstances such as urgent task or military action. Disadvantages include poor decision, poor level of employee motivation. It leads to frustration and low morale and sometimes conflict. Subordinate may tend to shirk the responsibility and initiative. Full potential to subordinate and their creative ideas are not utilized. Organizational continuity is threatened in the absence of the leader because subordinates get no opportunity for development. The second basic type is democratic. In democratic type, a leader encourages employee participation in decision making. The leader discusses everything with the subordinate and make a decision. It may be persuasive or consultative. It is also called a consultative or persuasive. Also participating. Advantages: better decision, employee motivation, improve job satisfaction and morale. The leader multiplies his ability through contribution of others. It develops positive attitude and resistance to change. Disadvantages: delayed decision, long consultation. It may not yield positive result when interaction with the subordinate and the leader is minimum. This may be used as passing the buck to others and also abdicating the responsibility. This style needs tremendous communication and persuasive skills on the part of the leader. The third type is laissez-faire type. It is a leadership style where employees are encouraged to make their own decision within the limit. The leader will not take any decision, but the employees are allowed to make the decision. There is more freedom, positive effect on job satisfaction and morale, possible scope for development of subordinate, full utilization of potential of subordinate. They are free to make any decision, so their abilities are maximally utilized. Disadvantages include pure guideline, little incentive and poor motivation. Sometimes it may be a mess. Subordinate did not get guidance and support of the leader. It ignored the leader's contribution. Subordinate move in different direction and may work at cross purpose, which may degenerate into chaos, or it will not result in achievement of organizational goal if the subordinate move in different direction. Other classifications that we have discussed in the beginning include based on task versus people emphasis. The leadership style gives emphasis on task or people. Here you can see people emphasize low to high, task emphasize low to high. So according to that, there are four types. There is high relationship, that is high relationship between subordinate and the leader, and the low task, that is supporting style leadership. There is high task and high relationship, that is participatory style. Low task and low relationship, free rein type. High task and low relationship, that is again autocratic type. Other thing is based on assumption about people. That is based on MC Gregor's theory X and theory Y. According to theory X, managers or leaders distrust people and believe in close supervision and tight control. Theory Y managers, they are participative and trust their subordinate and allow them to participate in decision making. As per Likert, there are four styles: benevolent authoritarian, consultative, participative, exploitative and authoritative. About functions of leadership, it include provide an example. The leader should act an example to the subordinate. He define the task. He plan. He brief everything to the subordinate. He control the subordinate. He do or conduct performance evaluation. He motivate and he organizes. About theories of leadership. Mainly there are trait theory, managerial grid, contingency theory and leader behavior theory, which explain different leadership styles. In the trait theory, or trait theorists believe or focuses on individual characteristics of successful leaders. Successful leaders have a set of individual characteristics. These characteristics, as per Graf Stodgill, include a strong desire for accomplishment, creativity and intelligence, initiative and high tolerance. A successful leader will have these traits according to trait theory. As per behavioral theory, the main focus is on behaviors of actual leaders. They determine how various kinds of specific leaders affect the performance and satisfaction of the followers. About the managerial grid theory, it is a graphical representation of two-dimensional view of leadership. That is, it is based on concern of people and concern of production. These are the two-dimensional view. In one dimension there is concern for people and the other dimension is concern for production. It identifies 5 basic styles of leadership. In the managerial grid, there are 2 dimensions, concern for people and concern for production. It basically identifies 5 types of leadership. Concern for people, it is a range from low to high on numerical scale 1 to 9. Concern for production also low to high numerical scale 1 to 9. So, if there is low concern for people and low concern for production, that is 1:1. Then concern for people is maximum, that is 9, and concern for low production is 1, that is another leadership style. Then both stands at the middle, that is another one. Again here there is concern for production is very high and concern for people is very low, that is another leadership style. Here we can see concern for production is very high and concern for people also very high. This is the 5th type of leadership style. There is no particular single name for it. Next theory is contingency theory. Here, the behavior of the leader depends upon the characteristics of the situation the leader is in. That is, behavior of the leader is proportional to characteristics of the situation. It otherwise proposes situational type of leadership. According to the situation, the leadership styles varies. Important theories under this model include Fettler's contingency model, situational leadership theory, and path goal theory. This is in brief about leadership style and its function.